So I'm back with another video, and this video is all about everything I've done to this old Ford F-150 so far. Stay tuned. So one of the first things I ever did on this truck was a muffler delete. So I'm gonna start it up, let y'all hear it. I did put one of those aftermarket exhaust tips on it. It's not welded on. Again, this is a beginner channel, so I went to AutoZone or Advanced, somewhere like that, and just grabbed what they had in that section. I think I paid about $19 for it. Second thing I did was get rid of that old 6-foot antenna and get a bullet antenna. And I'm not gonna be listening to the radio much in this truck anyway, and so this thing works wonders. I actually like the look of it, and I'm gonna show you this flag here. I got some tire covers for tire valve covers that actually came with it that, let's see, I'll show you the tire valve covers in a second. So my truck came with these stock Ford F-150 rims, and these I actually painted. At the time, I didn't realize I was gonna be doing a YouTube channel, so I didn't record any of that, but I'll check my security cameras and see if I could find some footage that I could throw in. But I found a video on YouTube. It took me about 4 or 5 hours to do. So these were actually just steel rims. I scuffed them up, put some paint primer on there, and then used some spray can paint from Lowe's. Like I said, it took me about 4 hours to do. I'm no longer using these. I've since upgraded the wheels since then, but I wanted to show you all these for anybody who may not have the budget to go out and get new rims or new wheels, that you can actually just use spray paint. Again, I think I paid about $40 for all the spray paint, and it took me about 4 hours to do, but it really did enhance the look of the truck. So the next thing I did was I upgraded my tail light, and this is LED, and so, well, this is my third brake light is what I should say. I upgraded this. It's LED. It's a lot brighter at night, and I can see the truck at the bed. If I'm moving or hauling or anything, I can turn that on, and it really helps with visibility at night. Over here, this is actually one thing right there is one thing that I have to get done. So the previous owner of this truck had a tree or something fall on it, and I've done my research. Even if there wasn't a tree that had fallen on this, that there would have been water leaking. And again, this is not my daily driver. I have another vehicle that I drive during the week. This is really just for hauling, trucking, and side hustles and things like that. And so I'm not in a huge rush to get it fixed. I've since then, well, even before I got it, the previous owner had duct taped it up, and then I actually went out and got some Flex Seal tape and did that, and it's been holding pretty steady for me now. So yeah, I won't be fixing that anytime soon, but that is something that needs to be fixed. So the next thing I did was I brought these wheels off of Facebook Marketplace. Ignore them right now, they're really dirty. I need to wash this old truck, but I haven't done that in a while. But also, you'll see the valve covers there. These are fuel wheels. I don't know if you know anything about F-150, especially the 2002 version. These are a 5x135, and so it was very hard to find rims, at least in my area, on Facebook Marketplace. And I also had a budget in mind that I wanted to spend. So I spent about $600 on these wheels, all four. I had to drive about 45 minutes to go get them, but the guy was really nice. He was also driving from about 45 minutes, so we met in the middle, and he brought these to me but it really does bring out the look of the truck. One of the mirrors on here was foggy, so I'll go around so you can see. It's nice and clear now, but it was foggy. And so instead of changing out the glass on it, I went to my local junkyard and picked up these chrome mirrors, and they really did help bring out the truck a bunch. And so I got one for both sides. Again, I think I may have paid $30 for the set. Me and my dad took a Saturday for about an hour and popped these the old ones off and popped these on. So it really does help bring out the truck a lot more. So I was telling y'all about the junk, y'all. Pull Apart is my go-to spot to grab something very quick and cheap that I don't want to have to pay full price for, or shop on eBay and wait for it to come in the mail. So I've done some things inside of the truck that weren't necessarily upgrades, but things that may have been wrong with the truck that I needed to get fixed. So I'm going to take you through here very quickly and kind of show you some of those things, but haven't done a ton of work inside of the truck just yet. So when I bought the truck, this is called a door check. This was missing. This thing right here won't stay on, so I probably can get something to cut it off with. I got in here today and realized it was hanging down, so I may just go ahead and get rid of that. But this whole system was missing, and what was happening was whenever I got inside of the truck and opened my door, it would slam all the way open, and it was hitting my wife's car in the driveway and things like that. And so I was like, you know what, let me get that fixed. Again, went to YouTube, saw what the issue was, went to Pull Apart, grabbed it, and it was fixed in 5 minutes. I did have to take off some of the trim and the paneling to get it done, but it wasn't a huge issue. But the other thing I fixed in here, I don't know if you can tell with the lighting, but these are LED as well. I went ahead and upgraded those lights. I wanted to get rid of those boring yellow lights that typically come in the older vehicles like this. And so got that done. I also did them in the door panels as well. I also named this truck Bluey. So I have these 3 little keychains that ride with me, and they represent my 3 girls. So as I mentioned, I haven't done a lot of work in here. I added this steering wheel cover. I actually like the look of the radio. So again, I'm not driving it every day, so I can put up with it. But this is like a Bluetooth transmitter, so I plug that in. It connects to my phone, and I'm able to play music that way. So that's all for inside the truck. But now I want to take y'all underneath the hood, and I'm going to go underneath the truck. Maybe I don't. I probably won't go underneath, but I'll just tell you all what I did there. So underneath the hood, I had to replace the battery. I replaced the battery. I've replaced the thermostat underneath here. I've also changed the oil. I've also done the transmission fluid. Underneath the truck, I had to change the brakes, the rotors. I've also changed out the rear differential fuel, and I think that's about it. I also changed out tie rod ends underneath the truck. And so, again, I wish I would have known that I would have been doing YouTube, because I would have recorded all of that. But I did that over the summer when I first got the truck, and just trial by fire, watched a bunch of YouTube videos, figured out how to do some of that stuff. I already knew about brakes and rotors and oil and those things, but tie rod ends, that was new for me. Changing out rear differential fluid, that was also a new process for me. And so, yeah, it's been a heck of a journey, but I'm excited to be on this journey, and now I'm glad that you all are coming along with me. So again, just learning as I go, and if there's some other things that you think I should be doing to the truck, let me know. I will say I just recently found out that I have a coolant leak. So I think that's more than I'll be able to handle, but I do want to take it to a shop, get it looked at, and try to price out how much that's going to be. Because like I said, I use this truck for hauling, not as a side hustle. On the weekends and afternoons, I go out and haul stuff for folks. And so I want to make sure that the truck is running properly. I never want to be on the side of the road and the truck is not running. So this truck is like one of my new favorite hobbies. Like I said, I'm tinkering on it, I'm breaking it, I'm fixing it, breaking stuff again. And so I am really excited about it, and it helps me bring in some side income. And I'll be able to break that video down a little bit later on what I'm doing, how I'm using the truck, those types of things. If you got an older vehicle or older truck that you're driving, especially a Ford F-150, let me know what mods you've done. I would love to see some of your recommendations that you've done for your truck. But until next time.